Hello, and welcome to episode 65 of the Law Firm Marketing Mastery Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Christopher Small, and today we are going to talk about goals. Yes, no, you're right. We are talking about goals. It's not the end of the year or the beginning of the year. The second quarter has just ended, and it's time to check in on our goals for the year, see if we need to refine anything, see if we need to add anything or cut anything, and otherwise just see what's going on with our goals. So, but before we get to that, I want to wish everyone a happy 4th of July. I hope it was great for you. I had a good time. We went down and put the little kiddos in the kid parade, which is interesting for a 2-year-old. I think we made it about halfway before she was ready to bow out, which was pretty cool. There were like 1,000 kids there, so it was insanity. But otherwise, 4th of July, like most other holidays, is a lot of fun for me. It's an opportunity to kind of just unplug, enjoy time with friends and family. And 4th of July is usually a good weather day, and it was for us. So it was a good time, and we had fun. So just want to remind you that it's okay to take a break, that it's okay to have a little fun, that it's okay to spend time with your family without worrying about everything else that's going on, even though, starting a business, starting a law firm, running a law firm is can be pretty stressful. But, it's still going to be there when you come back the next day. So just take a day off every now and again and remember why you're doing everything, right? I mean, you're working so hard, hopefully, or I'm sure some of you are at least, because family is important to you, because you want to provide for your family, because you want to be able to, at the end of the day, spend more time with your family rather than less. If you're starting out right now and you do have a family, kids and things like that, it may be tough. You have to make some decisions and stay up late when they go to bed, or do whatever you can to get the work done that will get you the results that you want. But it's important to take that time, to spend time with family. And that's what I did. So it's pretty cool. And now family time is over for right now, at least. For right now, I'm talking to you. You are my number one priority. And let's talk some law firm marketing, because I'm excited, as always, to be here. Goals, right? Goals. We all have goals. We very few of us write them down. Very few of us check in on them after we do them, because what typically happens is we have trouble meeting our goals, and nobody wants to look back on what we thought we were going to be able to accomplish and acknowledge that it didn't work out, or acknowledge that it was less than, we were less than successful at what we wanted to do. It's easier to kind of imagine our goals back at the beginning and then pat ourselves on the back for doing what we did. But not today, all right? Businesses, as you know, if you pay attention to the news, businesses are typically kind of evaluated on a quarterly basis, all right? And that's the reason for that is that, you need a few months to go by before you can see if marketing initiatives have taken place, and a week is just too short, a month is too short to really get a snapshot of your business. So quarterly is the way to do it. And with the end of June, we wrapped up the second quarter, and it's time to look back not only on the quarter, but on the year so far, and see what we've been able to accomplish, and see where we need to go in the future. And it's okay to not reach your goals as long as you're trying. It's okay for some of your goals to change and for other things to crop up. And I know it has for me, and you'll see when we get into this, but some of the things that I want to accomplish for the rest of the year have changed greatly, just depending on some of the things that I've learned and some of the relationships that I've made, some of the things that have just gone on at the firm. So let's just dive in, okay? I'm gonna just go through the goals that I had written down at the very beginning. We'll go through those again. I think I let you all know these, and I'll kind of let you know where we're at, and then I'm going to talk about some additional goals, or the way the goals are going to change for me for the rest of the year. Some new revised goals. Then I'll write those down. Then you know what? We'll check in. Maybe we'll check in at the next quarter, and then we'll certainly check in at the end of the year because we're gonna have to make new goals for 2015, which is right around the freaking corner. Okay, so I had several goals for this year. These are firm goals, um, because at the end of the day, my firm goals all break down into my individual goals anyway. So the number one goal that we had was a revenue goal. Okay, our goal was for $605,000 in gross revenue in 2014. All right, that we broke that down into 110K the first quarter, 137.5 the second, 165, 192 the fourth. And I am not happy to, I guess, tell you that we're meeting our goal because we're not. We're short a little bit. So far, we've made about $225,000 this year, which puts us on pace for 450. I know that we're going to be able, to get to at least 5, and I really still do think that our ultimate goal is in play. One thing that is not on the books yet, but that we've been doing a really good job of doing is with our new personal injury cases. So when you sign those up, obviously you don't get paid at the beginning. You don't get paid until they're resolved. We've got several that we signed up. We're signing up new ones every day, and those are going to start to be resolved here in the coming months, and then that should add exponentially to our revenue totals in the coming quarters. And that's why even in the goals as laid out, we have that projected increase quarter over quarter is for that exact reason. We just haven't seen any settlements yet in this first half of the year for our PI cases because we just started the PI practice in January. So hopefully those will ramp up. We've also honestly kind of been treading water from a criminal traffic standpoint, which is it's kind of why our numbers are low too. But I've got some ideas for ramping that up that I'm working on right now, and you'll hear a little bit about those as we move forward here on this podcast. But I still think our ultimate goals are within reach, even though quarter by quarter we haven't necessarily realized our specific goals. So I'll be excited to check in the third quarter and see if we're still there. But I'm not revising that number. I'm sticking to it, 605 for basically a first year firm with a new practice area. That's not bad. I would anticipate us to be over. I can tell you, kind of foreshadowing, to be over $1 million in 2015 in gross revenue. So that's where we're at for our first goal. My second goal was 5,500 Facebook likes on our page, which would put us at about 2750, I think, would be the halftime score. We're not there either. We're up to 1542, which again, is not too bad after starting. We basically started at 0 in January, so we're up to 1542. I was a lot more proactive with this at the beginning of the year, but I've decided to kind of allocate our resources to areas that are more likely to produce revenue. I'm still active on Facebook, and all of you out there can go like our Facebook page if you'd like. It's facebook.com/Emerald City Law Group. Go check it out. You'll be able to see what we do on our page, how we interact with people, and you can borrow whatever you'd like to use on your own page. But we're a little short there. That's honest. That's going to be one of the goals that are revised. I'm not as concerned. I'm not as interested in necessarily hitting 5,500 Facebook likes, although we'll still continue to get likes. Now that we've kind of passed that 1,000 like threshold, we'll continue to get likes organically. It just probably won't be fast enough to get to 5,500 unless we do something that's just goes viral, which we could, but you never know that. So anyway, that's our second goal. Goal number 3 is become the best lawyers in Seattle, and that's broken down really to 2 specific things, which is doing a weekly marketing training and doing a weekly lawyer training. And we've sort of, I've sort of been doing these, I guess. Actually, I have been doing both of them. We haven't necessarily gotten every week. I'd say we're at least at an every other week thing, but I've been having weekly training meetings with our associate, and we have a law clerk too. So I've been having weekly meetings with them, and those have actually been going really good. It's a great way to kind of let them know how important it is to do the right thing, and also teach them how to get out there and kind of drum up some business on their own. Because right now they're not doing much of that, but it's mostly because they're not sure what to do. Okay, so we're still there. That's kind of an amorphous goal. I like to be a little bit more specific, but the weekly part, I would say we haven't exactly hit it, but we're close. Our number 4 goal was a monthly caseload of 20 misdemeanors, 4 felony. So this goal is for the year end. So first quarter was 30 misdemeanors, 6 felonies, 4 PIs, 150 traffic. Second quarter was 40 misdemeanors, 8 felonies, 6 PI, 200 traffic. I can tell you the PI cases, we actually met our goal, which is pretty awesome. The felonies were short on everything else, and no excuses. We're just not meeting our goals, so we need to pick it up. And that's why we do all this marketing stuff. That's why I tell you all about all the things that I'm working on, because that's how you meet those goals. I would anticipate our PI cases to really skyrocket because of the new sales calls that I'm doing with chiropractors, and then I'm gonna eventually move over into doing that for criminal cases too. If you want to know about the sales call process, you're going to have to join Law Firm Confidential, which will be open soon, actually, for enrollment. Okay, so the 5th goal is that the law firm runs like a well-oiled machine. There were several kind of sub-topics under that. 1 was a weekly case management meeting. 2 was weekly policies and procedures checkup. 3 is a felony procedures template. 4 is a PI procedures template. And then 5 is payment policies and procedures. So I'd say we are batting about probably 50% on these. We've been having a weekly case management meeting. I would encourage you to also have a weekly meeting with your team, even if it's one person, just to sit down and go over everything. We go over several things. First, we talk about anything that's happened in the week. We talk about any new cases we've signed up. We talk about any questions, concerns, comments from the team. We look forward to the next 2 weeks for things that need to be done, and then we set specific to-dos based on that, and then we break. Have our administrative assistant take notes during the meeting and then email everyone so that they can remember what they have agreed to do, what the expectations are, and what we talked about. And we do that every week, and it's great. It's a great time to pull everybody together, to just sit down and kind of talk in a relaxed environment, and to kind of reiterate what the firm's goals, values, ideals, all that stuff are. So, weekly policies and procedures checkup, no, we haven't been doing that. That's it. Felony procedures template, we do have that. We haven't been refining it yet. PI procedures template, we're still working on. So we're about 50% there. And then payment policies and procedures still aren't where I want to be on that. So again, these are a lot of big time goals for just 1 year. And maybe I just should have been a little bit more realistic. But no, I don't want to be more realistic. I just want to work harder and work more efficiently, I guess, is the best thing I can say, and get all of these done, because I think they all can be done. Okay, but with that being said, now that we're at the halfway point, some of these need to be revised, some of these need to be sort of shelved because they're not promoting our where we want to be right now. And so let's talk about exactly what that's going to be. So basically the changes that I want to make moving into the second half of 2014 is to really focus on what's gonna get us new clients, what's gonna build the business, and less on those vanity metrics, okay, which is like Facebook, okay, Twitter followers, things like that. Not to say that those aren't important, that you don't need to engage in those areas, but the emphasis just will not be there for us moving forward, okay? So one of the new goals that I have for 2014 for the second quarter is to start a monthly chiropractor-specific newsletter. All right, I'm going to do that. The first one's going to go out in, well, it might as well just go out right now, right? And there's no better time than now. So that'll start this month, and then we'll go through the month, and we'll do that. Another thing that I want to do is I want to utilize our email list more. which is basically a list of all of our clients, all of my network, everybody. It's probably 2,500 people strong, and it's growing every day. And what I want to start doing is a weekly video. So I want to talk about anything that's going on that's interesting with the firm. I kind of want to point out any of our interesting blog posts that are up. Anything else that I find that's cool on the internet. It's a way to really, I want to interact with our network and make a deeper connection with them, because I think that's something that's easy. I think it can be entertaining and short and sweet and done right, and not be invasive, and get us a lot more return on that time. The other thing I want to do, I want to spend more time with AdWords. I've been talking about that recently. I really want to dive in and see what we can get out of AdWords, which is the Google advertising platform, which also includes Bing and Yahoo and things like that. But I think that there is an opportunity to get some new clients from there if it's done right, and you don't have to spend a ton of money. So I'm in the process of documenting everything that I'm doing for that, and I'll probably share a little bit of it here. Obviously, as per usual, I will share the nitty gritty, the details on Law Firm Confidential. So if you're interested, again, if you're interested in Law Firm Confidential, you can go check it out, lawfirmmarketingmastery.com/confidential. If you're on the newsletter list, you'll always be hearing a little bit about it. But that's another thing I want to do. And I put down here in my notes, I put spend money to make money. I need to remember that, if you spend $1 and you get 2 back, that's good. You need to keep doing that. If you spend $1 and you get 5 back, that's even better. So we need to be allocating our money better. Like most new businesses, or like most businesses, you can get caught up in allocating a lot of your money to just paying fixed costs or to paying for expenses that don't return an investment. And I feel like we're kind of there right now. We need to move that around. We need to shift that focus into revenue generating activities. Another thing I want to do is I want to create one piece of content every day. And that's one piece of law firm content for Emerald City Law Group. So that may be a blog post. It will be a blog post of some kind, or a new page for the site every day. Whether that's PI or DUI, those will be the focuses, because I want to really build those sites out. But we'll be doing that every day. And again, it just takes a commitment to sit down and get to writing. I have tons of content ideas. They're already up on the website. I just have to fill in the pages. So we're going to, again, focus on revenue generating activities. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this thing called a greatness tracker. What the greatness tracker is it's a weekly log of the marketing activities that you're doing. And what you do is you fill it in. It suggests that you do a certain number of like bread breaking opportunities, a certain number of lunches, a certain number of phone calls, a certain number of potential client meetings, a certain number of things that reach out. And the idea is, if you can fill up this greatness tracker every week all the way, then you will reach your goals. You will get the business that you want to get. You will you'll see the returns on that investment. And again, not to be a broken record, but everything about this greatness tracker will eventually be discussed in Law Firm Confidential. I will talk about it here in detail in the future, because it's something that's really cool. That's really important. I think can be helpful, and it's something that no one else is doing. So that's another one of my goals. So things have shifted a little bit. We're gonna still try to meet our numbers and our goals that we started at the beginning of the year. I have not given up on those yet, and I will not give up on them until the year is over. But that doesn't mean that we don't deserve some tweaking. That doesn't mean we need to discard the ones that are not priorities anymore, and include some new priorities or some new things that have been learned. So that's what we're going to do. I think that's it for this week. I would love to hear how your year is going, though. So, you can send me an email, chris@lawfirmmarketingmastery.com. You can leave me a comment on the website. I'll turn the comments back on. I've had the comments off. I'll turn them on. I'd love it if you would tell me how your year's going. You can go to Facebook, facebook.com/law firm marketing mastery. You can leave a little note there. Twitter @csmall, which is my personal Twitter account. There's a whole bunch of different ways that you can get in touch with me if you want. So I think that's it for today. One last little pitch. If you're interested in any of the other things that I've been talking about, you just go to lawfirmmarketingmastery.com. There's a place right up at the top where you can put your name and email address, and you can actually get my 5 top revenue producing activities. I've put together a little PDF there of those things, and you can check those out. And then you also be on the list for updates, and you'll get an email every week letting you know that this podcast has been released, and you'll get all kinds of other cool, interesting information. So that's it for today. I'm signing off again. I hope you had a great holiday weekend. I hope that you're jazzed up to get back to work. Second, third quarter is underway, so we're back to zero. We're starting fresh. The opportunities to succeed, to reach your dreams, reach your goals are there. You just have to go out and grab them. Okay? So take care, and I will talk to you next week. See ya.